Namaste, welcome back. Good to be here. I'd like to share with you today some energy practices that help us to sort of release stuck energy. So if you felt a little bit sluggish and that you can't sort of lift your mood and things feel a bit stuck, I found these really, really helpful. And they come from Donna Eden's book. I believe it's called Energy Medicine, but if you look up Donna Eden, orange book, really helpful. So what they do is we're tapping on meridian points. They stimulate our nervous system, and then we release neurotransmitters, beneficial neurotransmitters. They all really affect us in a positive way in terms of improving our immune system, our vitality, our mood, and they can help us to clear maybe an emotion that's hanging around, loitering. Okay, so the first one that we're going to do is, if you notice the notch at the base of your throat, you go to the soft squidgy bit to the side. We're going to use the tips of our fingers. We're not going to be harsh with ourselves. It's a gentle tap, but this increases our vitality and strengthens our immune system. It restores us when we're tired. So we're going to just notice the breath. And for about 20 seconds, just meeting the breath whilst we tap. Stopping if it doesn't feel good. Nice full breath in. And long, slow, soothing breath out. And this particular one is handy anytime you feel like you need a boost of energy. It focuses the mind, helps us to concentrate. And then slowing that down and pausing. Taking some moments to notice how you feel. Meet your breath, meet your body resting, connecting with the ground. Always using that anchor of the ground to bring us back to this moment. And then the next practice is the thymus tap, which involves tapping on the breastbone. Breathing in slow and deep. If it feels too sore, then either go more gently or miss it out, having a pause. Again, this is great for stress release and boosting the immune system. And then releasing. And pause. Maybe hands resting on your lap. Shoulders softening away from your ears. Feeling your connection with the ground, whether you're kneeling or sitting or standing. Just noticing your anchor. And then the next practice is the spleen tap. So if you sort of feel maybe 1, 2 or 3 ribs up from the base, and you might want to feel around with your fingers, and you'll find an area just to the side of center that might feel a little bit bruised, a little bit sore. And that's the area we're going to tap. Or you can rub. If it doesn't feel good to tap, you can rub. I tend to use all the fingers all around, because then if you can't quite find the place, you won't miss it. So we're just gently tapping there. This is really good if we're dealing with anger or grief or resentment. So it gives our metabolism a boost. It reduces our stress and balances our blood chemistry. And then releasing and pausing. If you felt that in the shoulders with the hand moving, just relax the shoulders. And settling. Meeting this moment. Feeling this moment felt through the body. And this whole body, as it communicates with you in terms of sensation, tingling, temperature, touch. Pausing to meet yourself. And then the next practice is under the armpit. It's about 4 inches from the underneath the armpit. So sort of about here. If you wear a bra, then sort of where the bra wraps around. And we're just going to gently tap there, like floppy hand. Notice your breath. And if this arm gets tired, you can swap. And then release. So again, just pausing to be. And then one more, which is good. Really meet the moment. We take our hands out in front, cross the arms, and then cross the thumbs. So it looks like a bird or a butterfly. And then we're just going to gently tap, like raindrops, just gently tapping around the collarbone. And then release. So one other final one. The way it was shown me is sitting in a chair, but you can do it on the floor. I'll just move a chair over to show you this one. So I'm going to sit on a chair and lift one leg to rest on the other. So I've got my left foot resting on my right knee. And then I'm going to create a figure of 8 by wrapping my left hand around the instep and my right hand around the outstep, as it were. So we've got a figure of 8. And then we're going to take a breath in. And as we breathe out, lengthening the spine and gently drawing that foot towards us. We've done it in a yoga practice before. And this is known as the Wayne Brook posture, after a presenter who tended to sit like this when he was interviewing. Interesting. But what it does is it really stretches into the pelvis, it meets the piriformis, and it helps to release stress and stuff that we're holding. So we're inhaling and then exhaling, drawing the foot towards you. Inhaling, exhaling, straightening the spine and gently drawing the foot towards you. It's quite a strong feeling that you get in the left butt. So if you're feeling that, it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. But if it feels too much, then you can miss this one out. So you do this about up to 5 times, maybe 5 breaths. And this is one that I particularly notice as I'm doing it. There's like a change happening and I'm feeling a little bit more grounded. Maybe it's the relief once I've let go of it. Okay, and then we just do the same on the other side. So the right foot rests on the left thigh, right hand around the instep, left hand around the top of the foot and the outside. Tall spine. And we're inhaling. And then as we exhale, we draw that foot. And mine's a micro movement. It's not like it moves inches or anything. But we're aware of the stretch in the right buttock and the right hip. Inhaling. Exhaling, drawing the foot towards you. Inhaling. Exhaling, that lengthening of the spine, tall spine, foot drawing in. And then releasing and letting go. Let's pop my furniture back. Right. So that's a really simple practice. It can help to shed our stuff that we need to shed. I'd like to offer one more that's not part of the energy practice, but moving back to a yoga practice, the lion breath. So we're also finding a way of releasing pent up stuff. Actually, I'm just going to move my screen a little bit. Otherwise my head will be chopped off. Okay, so the lion breath, we're going to start off with a breathing practice where we're really inflating the lungs. So we're imagining almost like the rib cage expanding out to the side. And the way I was taught this was almost imagining like the arms were like handles of a bucket that are lifting up. And in the lifting up, we're expanding the lungs. So we're inhaling and then exhaling down. So we're going to start with that. We'll do a few of those. And then we're going to inhale up. I'll just go through it first. Reaching tall. And then as we exhale, we fold forwards with a big lion breath. And it's like as if we want to let go of our stuff. So don't hold back. Make sure that no pets are in the room because they might think that you're cross with them. I've removed Flynn from the room for this practice. But so the stretch of the jaw is almost like, you know, if you're going to try and get a whole apple in your mouth, it would be sort of like this. And it's the stretching of the jaw that has an impact that improves our vagal tone. When we improve our vagal tone, it helps our calming response. So there's a reason for all of this. Okay, but we're going to start off with just some very focused breaths as if we're really breathing into and inflating the lungs. So inhaling. Exhale, as if we're squeezing it all out. Inhaling. And exhaling out. Inhaling. And exhale. And then this time we're going to inhale, taking the arms wide, really big inhale. And then exhale a roar. Let it all out. Let the head hang. And then very slowly unfurl to come back up to standing. Okay. So we're really breathing out as much as we can. Just notice how you feel. If you feel a little bit wobbly, then you might choose not to do this, or you might choose to make it a slightly less expressive out breath. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, squeezing it all out. And then inhaling big and tall. Exhale, tongue goes out, mouth wide. Let the head hang. Take a breath. And then slowly coming up. And checking in with yourself, noticing how you feel. Noticing if you need to pause or whether you feel that that's enough. And that's fine if it is. And we'll just do one more. But whoever needs to pause, please pause. Inhale. Exhale, squeezing out. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. Tall full inhale, scooping up all that breath. Exhaling. And then breath in, breathing normally. And then slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And take a moment to notice how you feel. Noticing your energy, your mood, and emotion. And then let's come to the front of the mat. Lifting the shoulders up. And then sliding them down the back. Lifting the heart. Rooting down through the soles of the feet. We're not pushing the ground away from us, we're communing with the ground. So there's a slight softness in the knees, but we're tall and we're steady. And we're meeting this moment with a dignity and a poise. Relaxing the jaw. And finding the breath. Feeling the breath. And then we're going to slowly, slow motion, inhale, sweeping the arms up, coming up onto our heels. Or not onto our heels, we're lifting our heels, coming up onto our toes. And then we're exhaling, the heels come down, the butt goes back, and the arms swing through the air, maybe touching the ground, and reaching up behind. And then we're inhaling, sweeping the arms back, the knees bend, the hands reach forwards, reaching up and slowly coming back up onto our toes. Exhaling, heels come down, butt goes back, hands swing forwards, all the way up to reach up for the sky. Inhaling, arms swing forwards, arms reach forwards, and we come up tall. Exhaling, heels back, slow motion, folding forwards. And this time, when the hands reach round and up towards the sky, we interlink the fingers, draw the knuckles towards the sky, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And breathing here. Breathing into the heart on the in-breath. And on the out-breath, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Breathing into the heart and then exhaling, squeezing shoulder blades together. And then lowering the hands, letting them slide off the body down to the floor in a nice loose forward fold. The navel's drawn in towards the spine. Hands and arms just hanging down out of the torso. The jaw is soft. Feet meeting the floor. Heels, pads of the feet, pads of the toes. Jaw is soft. And then on the next inhalation, we're just Extending that forward fold to like a tabletop flat back. Maybe the hands are meeting the ground, maybe they're not. But there's nice a long parallel spine. And then exhaling, folding forwards. Inhaling, tabletop flat spine. Exhaling, folding forwards. Inhaling. Extended forward fold. Exhaling, folding forwards. And then bending the knees, taking the hands either side of the feet, stepping back with the right and the left leg into downward facing dog. So let's just focus on the hands. We want to really press down through the knuckles at the base of the fingers and the knuckle at the base of the thumbs. So we're taking the weight away from the wrists, pushing the mat away from us and drawing the sit bones back behind us so that it's lengthening the spine and the head can just hang. And then let's lift and lower alternate heels, bending and straightening alternate knees, inviting a gentle warming up of the calf muscles, stretching of the calf muscles. And then slowing that down. Lifting both heels up so that just the fronts of the toes are meeting the ground, and then lowering them down. They don't necessarily have to meet the ground. That's much more to do with the shape of our bones than our flexibility. Inhaling, lifting. So we're sort of making a more acute V of our body, and then exhaling, lowering. Inhaling, lifting. And exhaling, lowering. Inhaling, lifting. And exhaling, lowering. And then gently soften the knees, let the knees come down to the ground. Let's take the pressure away from the hands and fold into child. The elbows are soft. The palms are very gently touching the ground. They're not gripping and holding on. They're soft and at ease. We can feel how our body connects with the earth. Forehead, palms, lower arms, knees, shins and tops of feet. Notice that, feel that. And know that this posture, the balasana, the child, is your lay-by pose, the pose that you can fold into at any time. If you're feeling that what we're doing is a little bit too much for your body, then just choose to rest here. Be nourished and restored. So now lifting the head, coming back onto all fours briefly, taking the hands forwards, again re-establishing that connection at the base of the fingers, tucking the toes under and moving back into Ardha Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. And then we're inhaling And then exhaling, lowering the knees just until they're parallel. So that creates a little bit more of a stretch in the shoulders and the spine. Inhaling, lifting the knees. Exhaling, lowering to parallel with the floor. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, lowering. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, lowering. And inhaling, lifting and holding that. And then walking your hands back towards your feet. And then feet, heel and toe out to the side. And then walking forward again. So we've got a wide leg dog. So we're letting the heart lower towards the floor just a bit, so that like the shoulder blades are squeezing towards each other. And breathing here. And then walking your hands back towards your body again. So now the hands are resting in front of you and you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Feel the feet pushing away from each other. The inner ankles are lifting. The navel is drawn in towards the spine. I'm just going to turn around so that you can see a little more clearly where we're at. And then you might want to heel and toe your feet a little wider and allow your body to fold forwards a little bit more. Or you might be comfortable where you are. And then we're going to inhale, tabletop flat back, and then walk the hands towards the left foot, bending the left knee, and we're sinking down a little on the exhale. Then we're inhaling, straightening that left knee, walking the hands towards the right knee, bending the right knee and sinking down on the exhale. So inhale, walk over towards one foot, and exhaling and softening. Inhaling. Mindfully walking the hands across the ground. Exhaling, sinking. Inhaling. And this time as we walk back towards the left foot, let's just hold that for a few breaths if that feels okay. The butt is sort of sinking back and the body is folding forward. So we're not holding the head up, which causes demand in the back of the neck. It's a nice floppy head. Aware of a stretch in the inner thighs. Aware of your connection through the soles of the feet and the floor. Anchored and steady. And then on the next in-breath, let's walk the hands over towards the right foot, bending the right knee, and let's pause here. And then inhaling, coming now back to midway and folding forwards again. Maybe give your head a nod and a shake to release any tension in the back of the neck. Then lengthening your arms into that tabletop flat back again, placing your left hand so that it's sort of equidistant between the two feet and sitting under the shoulder. And then we're going to inhale, reaching up to the right hand up towards the sky. See where your head wants to be. It might feel comfortable looking up at that raised hand, or it might feel better looking out to the side or looking down. So see what feels good for you. So we're feeling a twist in the torso, reaching tall. And then on the next exhale, letting that hand come back down to the earth, folding forwards from the hips, flopping, releasing the head. Just aware of the weight of your body pressing down into your feet. We'd like the weight to be a little bit more into the heels than the toes. It offers more grounding, more connection and anchor for the body. And then inhaling, straightening the arms again to that tabletop flat back. Then the right hand finds its sort of mid-ground between the legs, between the feet. And then we're going to twist round to the left and reach up for the sky. And notice where your head wants to be. Might be different on this side. It might feel okay looking up. Just to really get a sense of that for yourself. Reaching your fingers up for the sky. And then on the next exhale, floating that hand down and folding forwards from the tops of the hips. And then let's walk our hands back towards the left foot. Lift the right heel so that the right toes can turn around and face the front of your mat. Lift the left heel so that the left toes can also meet the front of your mat. And then we're going to push off from the right foot to come into a forward fold again at the front of the mat. Head's loose, torso relaxed and floppy. And then placing the hands onto the ground by bending the knees so that you can land a bit more fully. Stepping back right and left foot into downward dog again. And let's firm up our foundations through the knuckles of the fingers and the base of the thumb. Sit bones moving back behind us, hands pushing into the mat, lengthening the spine. And then we're going to focus our weight into the left foot so that we can lift the right leg up behind. And then slowly sweep that forwards, bending the right knee, bringing the right foot forwards until it lands on the mat, and then lift it the rest of the way. And let's pause here, softening the shoulders. And just checking in that your right knee is above the right ankle. And then we're going to lean into the left arm, so we're going to untwist again, this time reaching up with the right hand. See where your head wants to be again. Find what feels comfortable. And then reaching down to the inside of your right foot, letting your left knee settle down on the mat on the top of the left foot. And then you might like to roll out onto the outside of the right foot. Maybe a hand can offer a little bit of an opening there. Or if that feels too much, then leave the limb to find its own way. Breathing. Meeting this moment. Feeling the floor. Experiencing your breath. And then rolling the right foot back so that the knee now sits above the ankle. Tucking your back toes under, lifting the back knee. And then we step that right foot back into downward dog again. And then we'll just do the same on the other side. So inhaling, lifting the left leg. Pushing the mat away from us, sharing the weight through the hand. And then slow motion, moving the leg forwards, bending the knee, letting the foot land where it does, and giving it a helping hand. Resting there. And then leaning into that right hand so that we can twist to the left and reach up tall. Feel your feet connecting with the mat, anchoring you, steady and stable. And then exhaling the left hand down, now to the instep of the left foot. Right knee comes down, top of the right foot. And then you can try that rolling out onto the outside edge of the left foot. Maybe offer a hand to invite a little bit of opening there. Breathing into any areas that feel a little tight, offering the breath to that place. And on the out breath, feeling a sense of release there. And then letting the left footprint back onto the floor so the knee comes back to just above the ankle. Both hands down on the floor, lifting the back knee and the back. Coming back onto the toes and then stepping back into downward dog again. Pushing the mat away from you, lengthening the spine. And then slowly letting the knees float down to the earth. This time let's guide our hands towards our heels and fold into child with the palms facing up. Giving some release to the wrists. Following the breath in
And feeling the softening of the body on the breath out. And then sliding the hands forwards. Moving on to your tummy. Turning your elbows out to the side and your head to the side, and let's just rest here. Feel your breath being breathed into the floor. Your tummy swelling into the floor with each inhale. And the body softening on the exhale. So we're just going to do one more posture before we rest on the tummy as our final practice. So we're going to lift the head, extend the arms out in front, and then just walk the hands back to you a little, just to create a nice gentle bend in the back. If it feels too strong, you can let your lower arms and elbows rest on the ground. So we're just inviting a gentle back bend. And after all the forward folds, let's just offer a gentle back bend. Feel the rhythm of the body meeting the floor with the breath. And then sliding the hands down, maybe turning the head the opposite way. And let this be your rest position. There's the opportunity. You can turn over onto Shavasana if you like. Otherwise, we're resting in belly down Shavasana. Feel free to throw a cushion over. I don't mean a cushion over, I mean a blanket over. Feel free to throw a blanket over your body and a cushion under your head. And become aware now of your whole body resting and steady and safe. Coming home to yourself. And then as we're coming towards the end of the practice, you can choose to stay exactly where you are for another 10 minutes, 20 minutes, as long as you can. Or if you choose to, you can start to bring in a gentle stretch, maybe pushing up onto your knees and into child, doing whatever feels right for you as you slowly come out of your practice. Noticing how you feel now, having spent some nourishing time with yourself, allowing the body to yawn and release so that it's more ready as it moves into the rest of the day. So carrying this sense of mindful presence, of occupying the body, carrying that with you for the rest of the day. Looking forward to sharing more practices with you soon. Namaste. Thank you for sharing the practice.